Hello everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be speaking all about the Kennedy half dollars varieties that you want to be aware of. We're going to go through the full list of PCGS and NGC certifiable varieties that occur on the reverse. Now it's unique, so we're going to be covering all the Repunched Mintmarks, which really just belong to 1 year, and then we'll also be going through the double die reverse varieties and the no FG or missing FG ones that you should be hunting for. So whether it's coin roll hunting, the rare pocket change, or a collection or cache of halves, you want to look through and make sure that you're not giving up any value, because there can always be that extra bit with a variety. So let's start with the 1964 coins. That was the 90% silver year. Then we'll get into the 40% silver years, 1965 to 1970, and then we'll continue with the clads. But this one is a double die reverse, really nice notching in the upper part of the T, the E, and the S, and then you can also see it a little bit on the stars above the E pluribus unum. This coin is worth actually a reasonably good bit of money. The appeal is pretty strong in terms of having strong notching. $700 for Mint State 65 coin, as opposed to just a few dollars for over silver for a regular Kennedy half dollar, maybe double or a little bit more than that, but 700 is magnitudes higher. Mint State 63 still has a $125 value and $75 for an AU range coin. There's also 4 different Repunchment marks on the 1964D Kennedy half dollar. You want to make sure to flip the coin over again to its reverse and look at about 8 o'clock. There's going to be a D mint mark potentially if it's from Denver. If there's no mint mark, it's from Philadelphia, but this one's strongly repunched to the north, and as you can see, the values are a good bit less, but I still think this is one of the clearest repunchings out there, the first 2 especially. It's only $30 in AU55, so if you want to get a nice coin for like only 2 times the silver value, this is a good one to do that with. That has a strong variety. Same thing, it's a little bit different, but very strong for the FS502. Slightly more valuable in Mint State 65, but I mean, AU55, $20 is only double the silver price, or in that range, so it's certainly attractive from that perspective. And then this one, the repunching is a lot less significant, but it's slightly to the north. Sort of a blurry photo, but especially if you have like a magnifying glass, you can see it's just slightly to the north. And yeah, the values are quite muted on this one. Then there's also a repunchment mark where it seems like a D over a horizontal D. And there's also something a little bit protruding up top. So this one is a little bit more expensive, though it's not quite as dramatic in terms of how it looks. It is a bit rarer. And so that is a really nice way to round out the 90% silvers. There's a great double die reverse on the 1965, strong doubling in all of these stars here. You can see the separation at each of the tips of the stars. And this one is certainly well beyond the average 1965 half price. Again, still $50 in AU55, which is pretty strong. $300 for Mint State 65. 1967, similar doubling going to be seen in the stars below the bunch of dots and circular things. So some really nice doubling all through there. This one's like $50 to $150, which is slightly less than the in the better grades than the 1965. There's also a no FG 1972D Kennedy. So you want to look at the eagle below the right side of the like the little wing. There's the FG initials. Sometimes those are on, sometimes those are off. And this is a pretty expensive coin, $200 in AU55, $800 in Mint State 63. This is sort of the most well-known. There's also a few other dates that you can look for on it, including the 1982. The values on this are more muted. And then sometimes there's like partial FG or a little bit. And there's also a few other dates. I believe it's been found on like 1983s, 1988s. But the 2 cherry pickers or PCGS and NGC certifiable are going to be these no FG from 1982 and 1972D. So that's where I'd focus your efforts, but you can still always check any Kennedy half dollar to see if that occurs. So those are the designer's initials. That brings us to the conclusion of these 9 different reverse varieties. Hope that you enjoyed and learned something. Definitely a series to follow, and it's not a huge amount of competition because it is a relatively recent series if you're building a set like this one. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated. I've also got Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so you can follow me there. TreasureTownYT.com is the main channel website. Definitely give that a visit. I've got a lot of information about me up there and the channel. CoinGrabBag.com as well currently redirects there, but it's some good opportunities for very fair grab bags, both made by me and other sellers. A lot of different options, so that's a good way to support. There's also TreasureTownCoins.com. In the future, my coin dealing operation will be done out of that website. CoinMeltPrice.com for updates on the melt prices of your coins, both US and world. A lot of resources in that website. And then CoinsMetalsCards.com being developed right now as a marketplace and news source for coins, metals, cards, and collectibles in general. So I'll see you on my future videos. Looking forward to seeing you there, and hope you have a good day.